Freddie is in Maidenhead. Freddie, what can you tell me?
Good morning, James.
Hello.
So I'm a student at the moment in year 13 with university-offered study politics, actually. And I've got a couple of thoughts, really. So first of all, I come from a privileged position. I think that's really important to take note of. So yes. I myself am currently in a grammar school, which I newly moved to in year 12. Before that, for 2 years, I was at a private school. And 2 years before that, I was at state comprehensive. So I've had quite a good understanding of the school system and that.
Did your parents win the lottery?
Not quite, but I might have, you might say. But I think what's really at danger here is cheapening a grade, and that's something I'm quite nervous of. So as I said, privileged position myself.
No, I understand that. Why are you worried about your grade being cheapened? Just talk me through it, and fair play to you for acknowledging your privilege.
So just give some context. So I myself am predicted 4 A stars, and one of those A stars is an EPQ.
What does that mean? Just translate that into old man's language for me.
So an EPQ is worth half an A level. It's basically an extra research project you can undertake with your studies.
Okay, fair enough.
And what kind of slightly annoys me in this sense is I've been working the hardest I've ever worked from the start of year 12 through all these lockdowns, working past the school, doing extra homework, doing that extra revision, as numerous students have. So I myself am at quite a high level, and I would say if exams are normally going on, I think I am at that normal, pre-corona A-star level.
Yes.
And then we have other students who less fortunate position,
I've got you.
but are still at that A-star. So really, an A-star could mean one is at a B level or one is at an A-star level. And I think that just creates lots of issues, and especially if you look at universities, you have your grade requirements, say AAA or A-star AA, and they cater for those intellectual, minds. And then if you have such large discrepancies in that cohort, what's going to happen to that learning? Are they going to, have to decrease that? And what's going to happen? I think that's something which has been quite overlooked.
I think you're right. And I think you probably, you may not agree with me because you're in the front line of it, but it's possibly something that gets chalked up as an unfortunate inevitability. So to be clear that I've understood you, and remarkably, that's 3 calls who've all sent me off in slightly different directions today. You are confident. You're not worried that you're not going to hit your marks. You're and you don't sound cocky at all, for the record. And I know what cocky sounds like. I listen back to the programme some days. So you're still confident that you're going to get the grades you're predicted, or as near as damn it to them. But you're worried that because of the madness of the last year, multiplied by teachers having much more influence over what their pupils get, you're worried that there are going to be more people with A stars, and therefore the A star, not as an achievement in itself, but as a passport to the university place, that the A star itself may be cheapened, and I can't see a way through those woods. And it may mean that you end up going against someone who would have not got the full gamut of A stars in normal times, and they might end up with your university place because on paper you're identical candidates.
Exactly, and I think it's just really important, to realise how important grades are, because I think obviously when someone's like 35 are listening to this, you go, the first years of your life, you work, you change everything, and they become so unimportant. But for someone, 18, 13 of those years have been to this point.
No, I know, and it must really grate when you hear old gits like me saying that, trust me on this one, you think it really matters, but by the time you get to my age, you'll realise that it doesn't matter at all. Because at your age, well, I hope this isn't patronising, it's pretty much all that matters. Your entire... You go to school every day and the goalposts are exam grades. And now they are... Oh, there you go. That analogy works, doesn't it? And now they're making the goals much bigger. You worry.
Exactly.
I think you'll be all right. It sounds to me as if you are the kind of candidate that any university is going to want to snap up. Do you interview? Do they do interviews? Are you applying for places that involve interviews as well as results and predictions and projections? How's that working out this year?
So obviously for stuff like medicine, you interview, or with law, you have LNAT, which is an extra exam. So I'm politics and international relations. So luckily, it's just personal statements, school reference, and your predicted grades.
And that is why I'm fairly confident that you are going to end up wherever it is you're dreaming of ending up. But I appreciate those are just words, and what you're looking at is statistics, and the statistics may well be skewed against people who have produce the goods against the odds. Freddie, best of luck, mate. Let me know how you get on.